Naoya Inoue is the greatest boxer of our generation. Despite his small size, he has impressed legends such as Mike Tyson.
Japanese fighter called Monk.
Crazy dude.
He's better than Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was doing like that.
This is a fearsome flurry.
However, with his legendary status as the Japanese phenom, many arrogant fighters have tried whatever it takes to get under his skin.
I see me wiping him out clean. He's too small for me. He's too short.
Still doesn't even know I can't pronounce his first name. I just call him Inoue. Yeah.
Has he really been tested? Like, all his fights been in Japan. Half of them were at 108. Fighting guys that stand right in front of him. Everything went his way. He's at home, lower weight class.
But in this video, you will see that karma has its debtors, and that the Japanese Naoya Inoue punished every single one of them. Get ready, as you're about to witness Naoya Inoue's most brutal knockouts, driven by revenge.
Much more than that. Sure.
This is Fighting is Art. Let's go.
I know I've been quiet for a minute. I've been grinding, still in it. I've been counting these digits. Excuse me. I know I've been quiet for a minute, but I'm back on my business.
He called Inoue too short.
I see me wiping him out clean. He's too small for me. He's too short.
He said Inoue would be easy work.
Trust me. Even down back to my amateur days.
That Inoue was just another Japanese hype job.
I feel like the hype is around amongst him because he's a Japanese person doing these things. That's all. I feel like the hype is around because of that.
And worst of all, accused him of cheating in front of millions in Japan.
Usually let my fighter get in the ring with someone that has loaded gloves. This is not something that I'm making up. I have proof. And I have it in my phone and I have proof. We're there.
Stephen Fulton was as elite as it got within his division.
Fulton started literally from the bottom, and now he is here. 100.
And when he captured his first major title in a war with Angelo Lee, we all knew that he was a force to be reckoned with.
Boxing, looking to escape. Tuck your chin in, elbows in, and don't give him anything to hold. And Al the Jap continues to really hear the words and...
He then went on to defend that WBO title and unify it by stealing Brandon Figueroa's WBC belt shortly after.
Introducing a cool boy, Stephen Fulton.
And it was a gritty affair and performance that showcased Fulton's levels.
Everything he's got on the corner, he's got Fulton.
Ahead of fight night, Inoue's hand wrap ceremony was watched intensely by Fulton's team as they made sure that nothing suspicious was going on.
We can see that's not the case. So whether it's gamesmanship or they were legitimately concerned, score one.
With the proof that Inoue's hand wraps were legal, no excuses remained, only the fight. With nowhere to run and nowhere to hide, Fulton would soon be made to eat his words. Round 1. This was a bout of real pound-for-pound proportions. Both men occupied a spot in the top 10, and each was in the middle of staking their claim at legitimate greatness. There was an unmistakable tension in the air. questions would be answered, and one of these men would emerge as a real contender to the pound-for-pound throne. The energy in the arena was reaching a fever pitch as these two warriors stared each other down for the final time before the punches started flying. The pair were never going to go all out in the very first round, and as expected, they used these opening minutes to gauge each other's timing and engage in a footwork battle. Inoue loves nothing more than piling the pressure on his opponents. But given that he was facing off against a bigger man, he did need to be wary of Fulton's power. Of the two, he was clearly the more confident and aggressive fighter, and the crowd were losing their minds each and every time he attempted to land. Fulton obviously knew he was up against it in this fight, but even he must have been surprised at how quickly Inoue was comfortable taking the fight to him. It wasn't all-out offense just yet, but Inoue, as this round wore on, you could see him starting to get a feel for Fulton's rhythm. It was by no means a dominant round, but momentum was clearly on Naoya's side. Round 2. Would round 2 be any better for the champion Fulton? Or would the monster continue to carve out his advantage? Well, it was clear that Inoue was starting to feel himself here, loosening up in his movement and causing some frustrated looks from Fulton and his corner. The blitzing offense of Inoue was very clearly proving difficult for Fulton to anticipate. The rhythm disruption on display was truly excellent. His opponent just couldn't react fast enough. Remember, this was a smaller fighter in Inoue, coming up and challenging a bigger champion who had a pound-for-pound level resume. So far, he was making it look easy. Inoue was fighting like he was the bigger man here, and it was very noticeably having an effect on Fulton's confidence, which was already looking surprisingly shaky for a second round. Whenever Fulton tried to get any of his own punches to land, Inoue masterfully evaded them, proving that his own defense was just as potent as his defense. Naoya's accuracy is just as much of a weapon as his punching power, and whenever he truly committed to a punch, he barely missed. Inoue's ability to explode into range and land multiple shots was something that Fulton and his team no doubt expected, but that doesn't make it any easier to stop. Fulton needed something to change, but unfortunately, the only thing that would improve in this bout was Inoue's ability to pile on the pressure. Round 3. Fulton's claims about loaded gloves seemed childish now. Loaded gloves don't make you fall this far behind in a fight. Inoue was simply proving that he was the better man. Even as Fulton landed, Inoue was quick to punish him directly after, taking every ounce of Fulton's momentum and making it his own. For an undefeated fighter like Fulton, he had clearly never experienced something like this under the bright lights before. Inoue was jabbing this guy to hell, popping clean on the face whenever he had the chance. Fights in the ring are fought on many different levels and ranges, and here, Naoya was winning everywhere. Inoue was surprisingly content to invite pressure too, noting that he very clearly had several key advantages over Fulton. Inoue in this round began to work on Fulton's body as well, hammering the midsection, giving him more and more problems to think about. Inoue was very noticeably finding his flow, and it became clear that we were watching him putting on the greatest performance of his career to date. Considering the level of his opposition here, the fact that he was so dominant so early was pretty shocking. Round 4. Fulton was less than 10 minutes into this fight, and yet he needed to change his fortunes immediately or suffer an embarrassing loss. Unfortunately for him, Inoue was about to make his life even worse from this point in the fight onwards. Fulton surely knew at this point that the hype was real on this guy. You can't fake this kind of dominance. He was getting utterly beaten in the feinting game here too, which really didn't help things. His footwork and rhythm were already getting read by his opponent. Trust us, Inoue still has a few gears left to reach, but this round 4 performance was clearly showing off his levels. The bigger shots that Inoue were going for were still falling short, but only barely. Despite him being the bigger man, Fulton was definitely not able to muscle his way through his challenge. You could tell that Naoya was ready to turn up the heat and go all out. But for now, he was content to merely intimidate Fulton whenever he could. Round 5. Round 5 came and it was clear that Inoue was winning 4 rounds to nothing. And coming into this one, he was very noticeably looking to step up the pace, seeing if you could punish Fulton's cardio as well as his body. Hit and don't get hit is a key element of every great boxer's fighting philosophy, and Inoue was executing that perfectly here. Inoue was very clearly starting to style on him now, and Fulton was beginning to resemble a punching bag more than anything else. Fulton was now approaching the halfway point, and it didn't seem like his chances of winning were getting any greater. Round 5 proved to be yet another largely unsuccessful round for Fulton. Round 6. There was a different intensity to Inoue coming into round 6. Fulton had called his integrity as a fighter into question, which is a pretty serious thing to do to an opponent. And you could tell that Inoue wanted to show this man and the world exactly how great he is. Make no mistake, Fulton deserved to get punished for the things that he and his coach said, because when it comes to a fighter like Inoue, his reputation as a fighter means something. To his credit, Fulton did fight on, albeit in a losing effort. For a star like Fulton, getting owned like this is the type of ego killer that might forever change his career trajectory. The end of round 6 represented another round spent chasing the greatness of the monster. Round 7. The question now was just how long Fulton could handle getting thoroughly outclassed like this. Inoue hadn't quite landed anything devastating just yet, but trust us, that was coming soon. Fulton's own offense was amounting to very, very little, and you could see Inoue biding his time, waiting for the right moment. But like the excellent that he is, Fulton still found his moments of success, although they would be short-lived. Inoue was really starting to sit down on his punches now, aiming to put a real hurting on his target. Inoue's confidence was starting to peak here, and he continued to walk Fulton down, determined to punish him for every lie he had spoken in the media. We're sure that Fulton respected the skills of Inoue before fighting him, but now, the gap in talent between them now was inarguable. Fights are not won and lost on body language, but you really cannot understate how dejected Fulton was starting to look, incredibly dejected out there. Round 8. Unfortunately for Stephen Fulton Jr., Round 8 would be the round that would spell his doom, bringing his undefeated record to an almighty halt. Fulton was already beat. He just didn't know it yet. But Inoue was mere seconds away from making his hopelessness crystal clear. And then out of nowhere, the biggest punch of the fight by some distance, Inoue cracked Fulton clean and put him down to the canvas for the first time. To his credit, Fulton stood up from this barrage and managed to recover, but any chance of a comeback was completely gone. Naoya Inoue is called the Monster for a reason, and boy, does he know how to finish an opponent when he has them stunned. Eventually, the referee knew that this was only going to end one way, and so he did the merciful thing and called this one off. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the hallmark of a truly great era-defining fighter. He took another top-level fighter deep into the fight and then finished him. Once Inoue has you hurt, you truly are in trouble. And boy, does he know how to close a show when the opportunity comes. A pound-for-pound worthy victory. Naoya Inoue versus Antonio Neves. By the time he was 13-0, Naoya Inoue had already pushed his career just about as far as it could go on Asian soil.
55,000 people filed into the Tokyo Dome.
This was a fighter who had already captured titles at flyweight and junior bantamweight. And it was clear that he was still getting better. All that awaited him now was a fresh challenge on new soil. Antonio Neves was the man tasked with welcoming Inoue to the United States. And with his pristine technical skills and solid power, he came in very confident. He seemed to believe that he held the key that would unlock a weakness in Inoue's armor. But after dominating Asia, Inoue was ready to announce himself to the entire world. Neves seemed to think he knew something that everyone else didn't.
Has he really been tested? Like, all his fights been in Japan. half of them were at 108. You know, fighting guys that stand right in front of him. You know, everything went his way. You know, he's at home.
But the skills Inoue showed in Japan were about to be presented to a U.S. market, and Neves would be proven very, very wrong. He was about to learn a lesson about boxing levels he would never forget. Antonio Neves messed with the wrong fighter, that's for sure.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red and officially weighing in at 113.8 pounds. His professional record, 17 victories, including 9 wins by knockout, only 1 defeat with 2 draws. From Cleveland, Ohio, USA, the challenger, the reigning NABO Super Flyweight Champion, Antonio Neves. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing black with yellow, and officially weighing in at 115 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 13 fights, 13 victories, including 11 wins by knockout from Sana, Hanamangara, Japan, the WBC light flyweight champion of the world, and reigning and defending undefeated WBO super flyweight champion of the world, Naoya Monster Inoue.
Good luck. Inaway's maybe is about. Here's the introduction to the monster.
And he's called the monster, Andre, because of his knockout power and the 11 knockouts in 13 fights. Exceeded only by Gennady Golovkin. And that, of course, underlines the fact that power is often set up by the jab.
Absolutely. I think he hides the power behind the jab like you just mentioned, so that's definitely an asset.
Laying to the right hand to begin the fight. Behind the jab on a classic 1-2. Here's the classic 1-2 again.
He's healed right now on this fight because he knows those who have seen him in college have been saying such glowing things. This being
Neves is aware of the jab, so a couple of times, you know, he meets with the left hook.
You can see early that his body top was his fundamentals and that power he has behind those fundamentals don't hurt at all. He's been saying all the right things, I just don't know if he can translate that physically.
Tries to deliver the body. Inoue did a great job of blocking it with his left elbow. Comes back with a series of punches of his own.
Punching it, Inoue tries to set stuff up, and Neves feints and feints it. Tries to punch with Inoue to get his
body shot. Love the way he extends the jab. Virgil Hill once or twice. What was the Virgil Hill, Andre? I have to ask him.
Neves has an idea of what he's trying to do. Wait a little bit to punch sometimes. Punch him and leave, but wait. You're waiting for him to leave for the minute punch. With him to land in the shot. 1-2 by Inoue. Inoue looking a little bit wide. But you can see the force that Inoue throws in. Power option.
Inoue has never been knocked down effectively, albeit he did take a knee in an amateur fight, so he has that much against him, although there's a shot yet Inoue in this round. Now he goes downstairs. Fires the left hook to the body with authority. This is just Estrada. It was having his feet flat on the canvas and maximizing the power in his punches in the second half of the fight.
Yeah, he was always in the position to punch. He was never out of position. That's the same thing you see with Inoue right now. He's always in position to punch, regardless of what his opponent tries to do.
I think he bothered Neves with that hard right hand.
Just standing in, looking, waiting, and he launches again.
But one guy's coming up from the lower flyweight division, the other guy's coming down from the 132 pounds. You know, the guy coming up is fighting out as a defensive fighter. Given those circumstances, Pleasant Series, Inoue is overwhelming also anyway.
unofficially, not surprisingly, has Naoya Inoue winning the first 2 rounds.
Inoue is trying to pick up where he left off. Neves hurt in that last round.
He wants to attempt to give it a little bit over the top and get it down to the face. Now there's a perfect uppercut by Inoue.
I don't think it's going to matter tonight, Andre, but Inoue's defense is not unique. He's always used kind of classic technical defense. You think that'll be a problem against the next level?
It remains to be seen. Inoue's only 24 years old, so his reflexes are at their very height right now. We're talking a lot about the power of Inoue, but as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it's the jab that separated Inoue from his opponent tonight and his opponent previous to this match.
He has his front foot when he throws it.
And it sets up power shots like that, which are discouraging to Neves. It happened toward the end of the last round, and you could see Neves' confidence just go down a little bit, but on the left side, he'll fire it right hand, even if it wasn't his plan to do.
He's a pick and play puncher until he gets this guy hurt, and then he gives you combination.
I like that.
Opportunistic, Jim, as you said.
This is just a brilliant round. This was a one-sided pile driving round for Naoya Inoue. Trainer's willing, and the trainer believes. I'm not sure the look in Neves' eyes was an indicator that he believes that's what the Chinese not good here. Now let him already have it through 3 unofficially.
Okay, so might have 3 to that thing, 30 to 27. Naoya Inoue. You know, Jimmy.
Trainer has an unenviable task because what's impressive about Inoue is here he is against a confident, responsible fighter who's not really doing anything glaringly wrong, and yet it's coming out wrong because of what Inoue wants to
Blues, it's a big week in one way for Neves. He works at a PNC bank full-time in Cleveland, and this week he was profiled in the Wall Street Journal, and the CEO of the banking company made clear that he's aware of the kid and knows that he's fighting. That can't hurt him.
He's got a backup plan.
Yeah, and by the way, he's having a much better round this round.
Well, Inoue, it seemed to me, took the first minute of this round off to allow Neves to throw some punches and let his clock wind down a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was by design. I don't know if Inoue was resting or if he was trying to let the punishment from the previous round sink in a little bit, but I think he's doing what he wants to do right now.
I think he was trying to lure Neves into an exchange where
CompuBox has him throwing more jabs per round than any other top fighter in the sport, an average of 37 coming in. He's throwing 41 jabs per round here tonight. Concentrate on the father-fighter connection. We've seen so many of them over the years, and some of them have been among the sport's most famous duos, including, of course, Felix Trinidad and his son. There are emotional implications when the father is training the son. Do you like it, or would you have stayed away from it?
I mean, ideally, I think it's a great thing, but I think from what I've seen, they either work extremely well or they implode right before us. It's one or the other. I haven't seen much in between.
I think that's a great, very energetic card where we saw a terrific first fight. We're expecting a tremendous rematch in the main event. This is his American TV debut. We all know he's good. What people want to see is if he can capture their imagination and really look devastating. Make water cooler buzz the next, Monday at work. And if he scores a knockout here pretty every round of an extended fight.
And now in round 5, it looks like Neves is trying to find somewhere to hide in the ring, and he can't find it. As Inoue way to the side, and Inoue just keeps walking him down, gets him in a position there where he can face him and lands a body shot on his throat.
1 or 2 more of those, you could end this fight, Jim. Andre, this is what you did against Kovalev. When you saw that, you went right there, and here Inaway has it ready to go to the body. Yep, there it is.
With a fighter like
Inaway. Why throw anything other than a left hook to the body?
Exactly. Hold him to the body right now. He'll protect the head, but the body can't move.
54 seconds.
Literally don't think you should throw another punch other than a hook to the body.
And there's another one.
And there's another one now.
Neves lands off authority to change anything. Another left hook to the body. Inoue listening to it, Max Kellerman and Andre would say. Another left hook to the body. Another left hook to the body. Inoue trying to finish the fight with exactly the prescription offered by our expert commentators. Give you more fights than any other weapon.
These are not a win by stoppage, but only throwing one hook at a time. And what Andre Andre did against both of them. 3, 4, 5 at a time.
Inaway's been landing beautiful body shots all night. Here we see another left that lands right by the solar plex. Neves hesitates and then decides to take it.
Lands some miracle right hand, but I don't see the point in this contest continuing because it's not a contest anymore. We're just waiting for the final hook to the body to end things. I don't know what's the point after that last round.
Rod Hopkins against Oscar De La Hoya, or Durgani against Leonard Doria. How many times have you
see a little bit of inexperience from Inaway only having 13 fights? Good right hand right there from Inaway, where he's not mixing up the attack. He's not hiding the fact that he wants to throw that left to the body. So Neves has a body, it'll be wide open.
That's what he did. He threw the right to the body. And there's Neves looked at him like, wait a minute, you're allowed to do that.
left hook to the body? Listen to the sound when the left-hand body shots land. That is a thud. You can hear that all over the arena here at the Stockholm Center in Carson. Nova, the sledgehammer back to the body.
See, Neves is keeping that right hand glued to his side right there. That's why you got to switch it up. If you want that shot, you got to go away and then come back to it.
And with the chance to put on a show now, Inoue is doing so as he lifts things from me in the ring. Come to me. Come to me. I'm ready for the knockout right now.
The referee has to keep a close look on Neves. In a minute, he may have to save him from himself.
Neves' corner said, hey, I'll stop it if it gets too... No, he's not. You need to stop it now. Do you need to see your guy unable to rise from the canvas? The contest is over. It's not a contest anymore.
Neves came in with a record of 17-1-2. His first loss in the last fight was a decision with which he disagreed.
And it's only going to get worse as this fight progresses.
Right hand to the body
from Inoue.
What a vicious shot.
Did Neves need the last 50 punches he landed?
Another left to the body to finish the round. And Neves, trainer Joseph Delgado has a decision to make. And he has made the decision.
The winner and still undefeated and still the reigning and defending WBO